Welcome back to Bond University. It is the final day of the NAB AFLW U18 Championships, and this, methinks, is going to be the match of the day. It is Vic Country versus Western Australia, and really looking forward to seeing how it goes. We've had a couple of wet, boggy, damp days, Monday and Wednesday at both Metricon and Southport. But here at Bond University today, we've got a beautiful Queensland day, 23-odd degrees, a little bit of breeze favouring the left of screen, and the ground itself is an absolute picture. The Bond University staff doing a magnificent job in getting it up for today's round of matches. Michael Price is my name, and I'll be calling it with Matthew Cox. Matthew, there's a couple of superstars in each side. Actually, they're just a couple of great sides, to be honest with you, that we'll be able to see going hard against each other.
Yeah, definitely think this is going to be one of the matches of the day. These are two very competitive sides. We've seen it across the days of round two so far of these NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships, that these are very competitive sides. Vic Country been dominant. They bounced back after their round one loss to Vic Metro. WA just been solid. Yeah, I think this is going to be an absolute rip snorter, I think would be the only way of describing it.
Yep, and we'll get underway right now. Mim Strom in the ruck for WA and Maggie Karras for Vic Country. Straight away, it's going to be a foot race between Chapman and Lewis. Now the ball's underneath several. Gets towed inside, attacking 50, picked up by Roxy Rouge. She's going to have a ping at it straight away. It's a wobbler and it goes to the left. So WA with the first score on the board within a matter of seconds. Just the one behind. Vic Country yet to score.
Good bounce back from Roxy Rouge after a fairly quiet Wednesday by her standards.
Exploded on Monday with a couple of goals against Vic Metro, and yeah, very quiet on Wednesday.
So Vic Country, they're missing their key defender today in Millie Brown, not out on the park. Ball in dispute. Out of side. WA have it momentarily, but it's all wrapped up in the hands of Hyde. So we get a ball up. Attacking side of the outer wing favouring Western Australia. Strom and Karras go at it. Karras won the ball down. Taken away though by Peskard. Ball over the line on the full. Free kick to go the way of Vic Country. To take it will be Isabella Shannon, defensive side of the outer wing.
She was very good against the Eastern Allies, Isabella Shannon. Kick down the line. Just dropped in nicely. It's well taken there by Shepherd, Paige Shepherd. Once again, she was very good against the Eastern Allies with a goal as well. Long kick towards half forward at the back of the pack. Bowen, she can't quite pick it up. McAvoy for Vic Country, and it's put back down the wing. It's going to come back down though. Once again, Paige Shepherd has taken the mark. You can see the flag behind her. It's just favouring the end there, kicking to Vic Country, just to the left of screen. It's well stopped there by Atkinson. She tows it back into the corridor. A lot of congestion. The WA girls trying to extract the ball. It was taken out there by Locke for Vic Country and just turned over. Anderson now goes out to the outer wing. Lewis for WA. Can she pick it up? She does. Gets onto the left foot. Pops it up. Did well. Got it into the hands of Michaela Morrison. She's a very good player. She sees something she likes inside 50. Roving it nicely. Vella.
Hyde applying the tackle. Vic Country still with ball in possession. Taken into the turf here is Molan. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
And Michaela Morrison delivering that tackle as well. Diminutive in size, but very powerful.
Strom, dominant, follows up her ruck work, gets boots a ball. Gets the first here at Bond University for Western Australia. The ruck following up her own work. Whacking boots a ball. Western Australia 1-1-7. Vic Country yet to score. Early stages opening term of Game 2 in the 2019 AFLW Under-18 Championships for Day 3.
Yeah, Mim Strom from South Fremantle Footy Club. That was just a great bit of work. Followed up her own ruck work. Got the clearance. Developed that clearance and kicked it straight through. Beautiful stuff. That's a good start against the wind too for WA. 1-1-7. Vic Country yet to score as the umpire throws it up in the middle. Once again, Strom. We saw her pre-game with the WA coach, and it'd be pretty handy if you're a player in the ruck and your WA coach happens to be Bo McDonald, the dual premiership player with the Brisbane Lions. They were doing a lot of ruck work together in the middle. We see the benefit of that as once again Strom gets over the top of Karras, delivers the ball down. Bowen in traffic, picks it up. She's immediately tackled though by Shepherd. And once again we'll have another ball up in the middle. Karras for Vic Country versus Strom. Strom just doing the leaping over the top. Anderson for WA through traffic. Good smothering effort there happens for Vic Country by Molan. Gets a handball out. Now what can they do? Comes back in for Shepherd. She chips it towards centre half forward. Bouncing ball. Smith, Ella Smith that is. Couldn't quite control it. Now Vic Country get the handball out. McAvoy was involved. Coming back in board. McDonald. Still in dispute there. McAvoy in traffic. She can't get it out. It's well done by Locke who got it out inside 50. WA, they've got it through McDonald, taking it towards the boundary line. Whistle on play. It was actually called as a throw, so free kick's going to go to Vic Metro here.
They weren't too happy with the treatment there. There was a few introductions. Just noticed that Anderson's come from the ground with an ankle complaint for Western Australia. It's the ball inside 50. Bowen right on the last line of defence. That's a dangerous looking kick for Vic Country. Getting back there was Molan. Trying to extract it. Oh, she's dragged it in. Can she get it out? Players all over her. We'll get a ball up deep inside 54. Vic Country yet to impact the scoreboard. Western Australia 117. Brought to ground, Karras into the hands of Locke and has hit up, guess who? Olivia Barber, who has had a sensational championships, kicked 4 goals on Monday, 1 on Wednesday, lining up for her first on Friday. She comes in, got a little close to the woman on the mark and has pushed that to the left-hand side. Vic Country get on the board with a minus score. They trail by 6 points. About 9 minutes left on the clock in the opening term.
Yeah, you're dead right. She just got that 1 or 2 steps in too close to the mark and then had to rush the kick and pop it over. That's why it was pulled left. McAvoy at the front of the pack. Geez, that's an outstanding effort at ground level for WA by Veria, who went in and got the ball. It's towed forward though. Barber, what can she do? She copped a high shot. The umpires called it. He was in the right position there. Free kick against McDonald. So Olivia Barber, she just had a ping at it. She might take that extra step back, methinks, on this shot. It's a good accurate shot at goal usually as well. Just pulls it a little left. So her second behind in the matter of seconds. 2 behinds Vic Country, 117 to WA. 5 points the margin. 8 minutes left, first term here at Bondieni.
That breeze has picked up once again to the left-hand side of our broadcast position as clearing defensive 50. Bowen, high ball, comes out the back, taking it Hyde, under pressures, coughed it up. Smith, Tiana Smith taking it over the line and out of play.
So, of course, Michaela Hyde and her sister, or twin sister, Brianna Hyde, playing for WA from the Swan Districts Footy Club.
So it's tossed back in. Karras got the tap down. WA, though, doing all the roving work. Viney lost control of it to Gardner, who squeezed it away from the contest. Shepherd in traffic, caught by Bowen, not letting anything go. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
She's a scrapper, is Michaela Bowen too. Very good footballer as well from the Swan Districts Footy Club. Now Strom. Karras, she slapped it down. The ball stuck underneath her teammate, tackling over the top, Rhiannon Macklin.
Bella, what's the back door so I split them?
Oh, that's a great ruck contest, isn't it? Karras versus Strom, really banging in there. Ball spills, Bowen kicks it to the corridor. Foot race on here. Have a go at the pace of Bird as she came in and got the handball away to Viney. Beautifully done. Viney, the bounce pass to Roxy Rue. Collected nicely. Now it's Pescott. Pescott inside 50. Big contest. Front and centre. Good work there from Britton. Gets the handball over the top. Rue imposes herself. Toes it forward. Vic Country defence did well though. WA still with a shot. or tackled there by both Karras and Shannon. Now they should get away here. Anderson was facing the ball and it's stuck underneath there as well. No, Anderson goes back in for WA, does the bit of the don't argue, gets it back to Strom. She kicks it inside 50. Bouncing ball, well gathered and hooked around there by Hyde. Off hands. It's going through for a behind. They're showing some great intent, WA here. 1-2-8 to 2 straight behinds. They lead by a goal.
I feel as if they've had the edge over the opening 9.5 minutes of the game. Vic Country just struggling to settle into a rhythm. Ball taken here by Shannon on half-back. Now they've got free space. Gardner using the wing to her advantage. Goes in the McAvoy direction. Bobbled out of her hands, but she gets it back. Gives it to Simmons. Has a shot. Vacant goal square. Vacant goal square. It's to the right-hand side. Minor score. Good transition work there from Vic Country. They're 3 behinds. Western Australia 1-2-8. As McDonald brings it back into play.
Sophie McDonald plays on quickly. Kicks it to the pack. Strom didn't take the mark. At ground level, the ball spills out now for Anderson. Oh, she's just got the handball away. No, that wasn't a handball. that was more suited to State of Origin on Wednesday night. But it was taken by Vic Country now. It comes through here to Shannon. She kicks it towards the top of the square. Dropped there by the WA defence in McDonald. She regathers after getting a handball. Takes it outside defensive 50, but it's all Vic Country out there. It's coming back. Simmons pokes it up. No. WA have cut it off.
Through the hands of Atkinson. Wheels up the corridor. Was searching for Webb. She's done well here. Webb navigated traffic beautifully. High ball inside 50. Back spot Salitas. Playing a defensive role by the looks of things early in this game. Gets it to Gardner. Had a fair bit of the footy early for Vic Country. Goes inboard with the kick. Worked out okay to Maloney. Through traffic, high ball to the top of the 50 arc. Hits up Brett on the chest. 45-degree angle, 45 metres out. A centering ball. Desperate attempt there. Didn't come off for Vic Country. WA defence get a clearing kick. Chasing it there. Ella Wood up against the boundary line. Goes in for it to try and extract it. The ball not coming out. We'll toss it up just inside from the boundary line on that outer wing.
So Mim Strom.
Taken here by Pescud. High ball. WA will work it clear. Lewis to Rue. Takes the mark and immediately stopped to try and have a set shot. Roxy Rue loads up, long ball, going to land in the goal square. Hyde waiting out the back, ran out of room. Another minor score for WA. 1-3-9 plays 3 behinds Vic Country as we approach quarter time.
So 1 straight goal it was and is as the ball comes back in through the hands of Isabella Shannon. Once again, WA hold it up. They're really doing well on the tackling stakes. Lily Bird comes up with the ball. Ball up right on attacking 50 for WA. Once again, Strom. She's been quite dominant in the ruck so far today. She gets it off to Michaela Bowen. She's tackled immediately. No chance of getting rid of the ball. So we'll do it all again. And Vic Country under enormous pressure right here. Bowen at the foot of the pack. Tries to tow it. Or dragging it back in. That could be dangerous for Vic Country. Anderson, the tackler. There was Abby Chapman who dragged it back in, but we'll have another ball up in a very similar spot.
Strom and Barber go at it. Gardner trying to fight her way. Clamp applied by Anderson to get the stoppage. Inside 50 for Western Australia. 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Opening term. Barber had a fresh edge shot. Went back to it. Threw it away from the contest. She appealed that she'd got a fist to it.
No, that was like the rugby union line-out throw.
Yep. Would have been a good basketball throw as well. As ball, just finding space. Buckley in the heart of attacking 50.
You know what? She read that well. She was at the front of the pack, and of course, with this wind just coming slightly across the ground, the kick was hooked by Anderson, and it basically fell to her advantage side. Really well read.
So Buckley comes in. Oh, just squeezes it in for Western Australia, and they've got a handy buffer with a minute left on the clock in the opening term. 2-3-15 plays just 3 behinds Vic Country. Been a very intriguing contest in this opening term between these two sides.
So far, absolutely. The disposal count is 41 to WA, 36 to Victoria. Looking at the hit-outs, WA leading that 9 to 5, but everything else is reasonably similar. It's just the inside 50s there, 7 to 6. So it's actually been Vic Country with the 7 and WA with the 6. So WA from 6 inside 50s, 5 scores. That's not bad as Michaela Bowen gets the ball out back to Anderson. Anderson hooks it inside attacking 50, but it's going to be repelled by Vic Country. Going for the handball to run it along there was Shannon. She tried to get it over to Vernon, but it spills. It's going to be a free kick now for WA. Michaela Bowen, she plays on. Hooks it back around inside 50. Oh, just at the back of the pack. Bounced off the knee of the WA player. Buckley, the last goal scorer, picked it up, got the handball away just as the siren goes. It's a very good quarter of footy. WA would be enjoying that entirely. 2-3-15 to Vic Country. 3 straight behind, so 2 straight goals is the margin. And your goal scorers, Mim Strom and Kia Buckley for WA.
Who could have had another opportunity then, but I don't think she expected the ball to come out of the pack.
It went over the top of the pack, hit her in the knee.
Yeah.
But it's looking through the forest for the trees type of thing. So as we see the WA coaching staff walk onto the field very happy, and we'll see how that unfolds. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll be looking forward to the second quarter very shortly here at the NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships. Back with that second quarter very shortly. Welcome back to Bond University, the second quarter of what could be the match of the day here, the final day of the NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships. WA versus Vic Country at quarter time. WA 2-3-15 to Vic Country 3 straight behinds. Your goal scorers Mimstrom and Kia Buckley for WA. Michael Price is my name, calling it with Matthew Cox and Matty. They have been very good, the Western Australians.
Yeah, they have been led by Bowen again. 7 disposals in that opening term. Dominant in the midfield. Here she is again. Just couldn't lay claim to it. Strom, though, boots it forward for WA. Just floats over the back of the contest. Hyde gives a quick handball off to Morrison, who just puts it through the middle. And WA, they have got a nice, handy buffer at the moment. Just catching Vic Country on the hop again, starting dominantly in the second term, just like they did in that opening quarter. 3-3-21 place, Vic Country 3 behinds. We've just ticked over 30 seconds in the second term.
That's a very, very good start. That's the captain obvious thing to say, but Western Australia, that's exactly the way they wanted to start, with the wind in their second quarter with that advantage.
And again, Strom at ground level, using the ball really, really well for a big ruck.
And bringing the ball down Mole, and we saw her and heard her being very vocal in the quarter-time huddle as one of the natural leaders of this Victoria countryside. It's well done by Atkinson, who scrubs it down the outer wing for WA, leading the charge. Lewis gets it, hooks it around. Well done by Hyde to bring it to ground. The Victoria Country defence will be holding it up right there. The last person to get up with it is Daisy Smith from the Geelong Falcons, and we'll have a ball up on the outer side. Once again, Strom versus Karras. Strom gets it down. It's intercepted there by Tiana Smith. Gets the handball away. Could have been a free kick there for a push in the back, but no. It's stuck underneath and popping up with the ball. It's Michaela Bowen. It's what she does.
Surprise, surprise. Tossed back into the air. Country will get first use of it away from the contest. Just over the head of Simmons. Door opened up momentarily for O'Donnell. Had to backtrack. Has support coming through there. Matulin on that outer side. Vic Country just trying to work it into advantage. Hards under pressure. They've coughed it up. Hurry kick there from Anderson. Goes out on the full, and a free kick will go the way of Vic Country in the hands of Molan, who, as you said, Michael, was very vocal during the quarter-time huddle. Just providing her players with tips and hints about how to take on this WA side. She's caught this time around, though, and going to be pinged. Free kicked away of WA, and Naira Anderson to take a defensive side of it.
Yeah, she had a ripping game against the Central Allies, did Anderson. Kicks it inside to the corridor. It's beautifully roved at the back by Gardner. Gets the ball away now. Kick into the corridor. It's picked up by Brett. Immediately tackled. She lets loose the ball. The Country still with a chance. Oh, clever tap on there too. It bounces kindly, or she made it bounce kindly for her. Tiana Smith has a ping at it, but no, it's stopped right on the line. It was rushed through for a behind. It was a great little tap on there. I think it was Laura Gardner. I'm not quite sure whether it was her or Brett. It was a beautiful tap on. One behind results, though. 4 straight behinds to Vic Country, and WA still leading by 17.
Just smart play from Vic Country, unable to come up with the reward, though. Strom dropped what she probably should have taken and is under a fair bit of pressure now on the half-back flank. They've been able to work it clear. Hurry kick away from Pescott up against the boundary line, doing well. Hyde. She kicks it, trying to get the advantage of Lewis on her hammer, and collecting now is Shannon. Lost it. Diving in, Buckley. And also trying to extract it for Vic Country is Kate Douglas. They merged with the WA, but the kick was smothered from Buckley, who went back in again. Great endeavour there from Buckley, Kia Buckley.
You could actually, we're that close in the commentary side, you're actually feeling the hits as well, so they're not leaving anything off the park, are they?
No, they're all at it. They know what it means to represent their state or region, as this one's going to be all wrapped up. McAvoy at the bottom of the pack. Laying on the clamp there is Anderson, who's been prominent again early today.
So we'll get the ball up. Once again, Maggie Karras versus Mim Strom. Strom gets his one down, cut off there by Lucy McAvoy. Good kick. Ended up, Simmons couldn't quite take the mark, brought it to ground, and it's going to be stuck under a few players. The umpire will ball it up yet again. They've congested it up a little bit here, just slowing the play down. Just popping up with the ball. Brooke Hards was the last one up. Karras, I think I'll call that one a draw. Paige Shepherd just buffeted off the ball, picked up there by Mole, and she dribbles one forward. It ends up in the hands of Brett. Now it's been turned over. WA have got a real shot here. Webb, she's being chased by Vella. Webb picks it up. It's a kick long, looking for Michaela Hyde. It bounces awkwardly for her. Vic Country defence did well then, but it's going to come back. Oh dear, turned over yet again. It's just bouncing around the bodies there in the clash.
Webb, though, coming through for Western Australia. There were plenty of yellow jumpers around that contest. Big Country under pressure inside defensive 50. They bobble a handball out to Shannon, who got caught. Back in possession. Here's Bowen. Oh, got crunched. And holding the footy, free kick to go the way of Lucy McAvoy, who's just starting to work her way into the game.
Just talked about it a little while ago there with you as we were having a break, but I love the way the umpires are actually adjudicating on the tackles. They're rewarding a good tackle when the ball is obviously dislodged.
Yeah, they've been fantastic right throughout the week here on the Gold Coast. Molan put a handball into traffic. Bowen, she'll collect it cleanly and has room to move. Long ball inside 50. Pops out the back of the contest. WA in a bit of trouble. Umpire let that one go. Morrison in traffic. Gave the quick handball off. Hurry snap on goal. Lands in the goal square. Vic Country happy to rush it through for a minor score. 3-4-22. Plays 4 behinds. 8.5 minutes remaining second term.
So it's 3 straight goals. Handy lead for the Western Australians. Brawl brought back in by Vernon. That's a good mark cut off there by Jade Britton from the Peel Thunder. Oh, the umpire got there. No, almost took a mark there. Molan gets the ball back. Handball for Chapman. She steps back in, kicks it to a dangerous area though. Paige Shepherd, she needs to do something, and she did well to actually block it up. She had a much larger opponent in the ruck in Mim Strom on her hammer there. I think there's a good 30 centimetres difference there. It's Strom, gets it down beautifully to Anderson, lays the palm off and gets the handball back to Strom. A couple of WA girls getting each other's way there. Ball stuck underneath Veria. And we'll have another ball up just in the edge of the centre square.
Very congested this match so far. Strom palmed it down beautifully to Veria inside 50. No one could lay claim to it. Wheeling out of the contest, here's Lewis. Trying to get it to the top of the attacking goal square, was unable to. And Vic Country, they're under all sorts of pressure. Vernon, hurry kick on the boot. Barber takes the mark. Settles. Called to play on. High ball in the middle. Bobbled out of the hands of Vella. Turned over, back inside 50 now for Western Australia. Unable to claim that there was Michaela Hyde. Does a dance beautifully, Hyde. Her kick smothered. Barber under pressure. Hoping kick. Searching out there for Vella, who got caught high in the contest. And we'll get a free kick on half-back for Vic Country.
Yeah, the free kick against Sarah Veria there. So Elise Vella from the Geelong Falcons gets the handball off now to Shannon into the centre of the ground. WA player just put a little bit of extra body work on her opponent, so the free kick's going to go to Lucy McAvoy in the middle of the ground. Just nudged off it before the ball was even near it. McAvoy looking for her teammate in Molly McDonald, punched away from her. The ball stuck underneath. Umpire's going to have to ball this one up. Last person up was Ella Smith. Ball up right at centre half forward for Vic Country. Roved nicely by Molly McDonald. Kicked inside the pocket. Now it's going to be rolling towards the boundary line. We'll get a throw in as both players just watch that one roll over. 5.5 to go. 3 straight goals that WA lead Vic Country by in this second term.
Country just need to get a major on the board prior to half-time. 5.5 minutes remaining. They're inside 50. Karras and Strom. Karras got first use of it to ground level. Atkinson pops back out in the Strom direction. Used it well by hands. She's for the size of Strom. She's good at ground level. Navigating there, Verrier. Put the handball into a dangerous position for WA and they've turned it over. Shepherd, handball inboard for Wood. Her kick smothered. Good pressure here on the half-forward flank broadcast side for Vic Country. It's going to be all wrapped up. Just outside the arc. No team willing to give an inch. Karras wins it down. Smith through traffic, did well. High ball, McAvoy takes the mark directly in front, 30 metres out.
Yeah, she's a star. A couple of goals against Queensland as well. Lucy McAvoy from the Geelong Falcons. You'd back her in to be kicking this, regardless of the wind blowing slightly towards her.
This will be her 9th disposal too. In less than a half of footy, Lucy McAvoy comes in. Right foot kick on its way. Goal umpire didn't really move. Vic Country get their first major on the board through Lucy McAvoy. And not a badly needed one, but just a steadier for Vic Country, just to get into the game.
Yeah, I reckon that's a good one. It just puts it back to that 2-goal margin, quite comfortable. And when you consider how fast the girls are moving the ball today in these drier conditions, then 2 goals, that's not an issue. Really loving the ruck duel between Mim Strom and Maggie Karras, though. Strom just holding sway, 15-11 in the hit-outs. The clearances are 9 apiece. The inside 50s, well, they're just favouring Western Australia 15-12. So there's not a lot in it as WA win the ball through Pescott. It's coming through now. Went through the legs of Michaela Hyde. Vic Country now bringing it back out. That's beautifully trapped there by Tegan Brett. Then she doubles up and delivers the tackle. Beautifully done. She's one of the smallest players in these championships at 157 centimetres, Tegan Brett, but she's a fighter. There's no doubt she comes off for a breather. WA with the clearance. It's beautifully smothered by Tiana Smith. Goes back for another go at it. Now Pescott. Handball over the top here. Kick to the wing. Making a beeline for the ball was Vella. She did well to paddle it and then sort of get the ball away while being semi-tackled. McDonald chips it forward. It's going to be cut off once again by Pescott, who's having a little bit of a purple patch here.
She certainly is. The number 7 for Western Australia puts it high towards the half-forward flank. Came off the contest. Roxy Rue gets shoved over the boundary line and out of play. Wearing a bit of tape above her head from the clash that she had on Wednesday at Southport. Got a knock over the eye in that game.
She's got a fair bit of the elastoplast going on the head, the left shoulder, the right calf. It's all happening.
Could be a potential sponsor for her.
I think so.
Ball to ground. Bowen has 3 to beat and did beautifully well. Brianna Hyde puts the kick on the boot, down the throat though of Vella. Defensive side of the broadcast wing. Did a dance to try and get around Verrier. Barber get stopped after she got the ball away. Umpire said all fair. Hurry kick now from Smith. Goes out on the full. And a free kick will go the way of Western Australia on the centre wing.
So it's going to go... Well, we'll just raffle it off to see who it's going to go to. They're sharing the ball around. Michaela Bowen saying, why not? I get most of the kicks. I'm going to have another one. So she has it in the interchange gate. She's a ripping little player, Michaela Bowen. It's a long kick. Oh, it was right to the advantage of Michaela Hyde too, but it was beautifully read and cut off by Abby Chapman. She looks back inboard for Vic Country. Turnover. Pescott did well to stop it by foot. Bird picks it up. She's banged into the ground. Ball stuck underneath, and we'll get a ball up in front of the commentary box. 12 points the margin. That's 2 straight goals to WA. Late in the second quarter. Roxy Rue in the ruck. That's better. Jumps up high. Taps it down. It's cut off there by McDonald. Now she puts it into the corridor. Just attacking the ball a little harder there was O'Donnell. Just overran it though for WA. It's in dispute in there. Pescott now on the left foot. Dribbles it forward. Reading it off the boot better was Chapman. Now Vic Country extract it. It's going towards half forward. Bounces for Wood. Then once again cut off. The WA defence are pretty stingy today. Goranova just wouldn't let her have the ball. Paige Shepherd. She's tackled into the ground, and we'll have another ball up right in front of the interchange gates. Closing stages of the second term.
So it's a tight affair. Rue, dominant in the ruck, won it down. The umpire got caught again. He'll come in and ball it up.
See, for Barber and Karras, I think, have got the advantage in height, but the actual jumping into it, like Roxy Rue, you just saw in the last contest, and Mim Strom are actually leaping into the opposition ruckman and really making it difficult. So their lack of height, but their ability in the vertical leap, I think that's making the big difference in and around the stoppages.
Just a little smarter every time they go in for the ruck contest, and often delivering it quite well to the Western Australian side, as the clearances fairly even, 12-10 the way of WA.
Okay, and the hit-outs, how are we looking there? So it's 18-13 in favour of Western Australia with that ruck dominance. 16-12 is the inside 50s, and it's only 3 disposals difference now, Western Australia over Vic Country. So everything else, I just reckon that little ruck battle, that is the one that's making it harder for Vic Country. But it's 2 straight goals the margin. WA leading Vic Country. WA's goal scorers Strom, Buckley and Morrison. McAvoy the goal scorer for Vic Country. We'll be back with the second half very shortly in this match of the day at the NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships.
Alright, I gotta go. I gotta start filming this quarter.
Welcome back to Bond University for the final quarter of this match of the day here. Vic Country versus WA. Victoria Country leading by 2 points at three-quarter time. Michael Price with you, and this is Matthew Cox to get us started.
Yeah, WA will get first use of it again out of the middle. Didn't go the distance to Verio, so she has to whack it on the boot. High ball. Top of the 50-metre mark, bounced awkwardly for everyone. Notman coming out of defensive 50 for Vic Country. Puts it straight down the throat of Brianna Hyde. Defensive side of the outer wing for WA. They trail by 2 points. Ball over the head of Lewis. Goes back in after it. Was able to get the handball to Viney. Under pressure. Ball happy to be seen over and out of play from Brooke Vernon. Ball toss it in. Half forward flank on the outer side. For WA, 3-4-22. Vic Country, 3-6-24.
Good crowd in today here at Bond University. A beautiful Queensland day, about 23 degrees. Not a lot of breeze, but what is blowing to the left of screen. As the clearance is won by Vic Country. Entering the frame, Michaela Bowen. Disposed of the ball, could have been illegally. Gets it back to Strom. Strom down the outer side. Roxanne Rue, solid. Meets the ball first, and it's a long kick inside 50. Pescad now off her hands. It's taken there by Lewis. And once again, Vic Country up to the challenge. Wood taking her over the boundary line. We'll get a throw in at right half forward. Vic Country leading by a couple of points here early, final quarter.
Set for a brilliant finish. Game 2, day 3 of the NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships for 2019. Molan gets it to McAvoy, confronted by Roxy Rue. And we'll get a ball up.
That's what I was saying about her intent and attack on the ball. Roxy Rue actually really hits the ball and the player hard.
She has no fear, neither does this player here, Molan. Oh, used it beautifully, worked it into the hands of Molly McDonald. Long ball towards half forward, comes out the back. Daisy Smith just paddles the ball in front of herself, gets shoved off it in the end. Simmons came out to greet it, couldn't take it cleanly. Vic Country may have coughed it up here. Atkinson up against the boundary line. Barber, clever soccer to keep the ball in play. WA under pressure, still haven't knocked it through. Barber, the goal umpire right on the spot. Awaits the whistle from the field umpire to ball it up. Centimetres in from the scoreline.
Well, it doesn't matter which grade of football it is. Players still don't know that they can knock it in when they're that far away. So the ball up, it's tapped into the pocket, just handballed away by WA. It's picked up by Daisy Smith. She's tackled and will have another ball up close to the boundary line in the right forward pocket for Vic Country. They dearly love to get on the board relatively early here in the final term. Knocked down, Maloney toes it forward, still at ground level. They can rush it through, they just won't do it. It's once again smothered off the boot there. Daisy Smith had a go at it. The ball stuck underneath several. It's with O'Donnell. She's tackled in. We'll have it another ball up. Still in a very dangerous spot for the WA defence.
WA want to concede it behind. Vic Country want a major on the board. It's desperate stuff inside 50. Now they've got a bit of room to move here. WA, a flying kick outside a defensive 50. Ball over the boundary line and out of play. Last touch out of bounds rule will go the way of Vic Country, and it's in the hands of Laura Gardner. So the pressure not over yet for WA as Gardner loads up. High ball, congested 50. Oh, somehow in the pack, Olivia Barber takes the mark.
She's a superstar. We've talked about it before. 4 goals against Queensland in the first game where she was red hot, best on ground. And in the game on Wednesday, she's got a goal against the Eastern Allies. Let's see what she can do here.
And it's frightening. She's still got another year to go in the under-18 pathway as she comes in now. Did it just float across the face? It did. Minus score for Olivia Barber.
So when she grows up, so next year, like she'd be obviously in All-Australian contention this year. And just imagine another year under the belt. Fantastic football. It's going to be kicked towards Anderson for WA. She goes back and she's a good little player too, both in the air and on the ground. And So's the opponent who's going in for a try there in Molan. She's been very active today. Karras gets the tap out. Rue stayed down, kicked it back into the arms of Karras. Handball now to Tiana Smith, and that's a beautiful kick to the lead of Simmons, or Barber, sorry, and it was overrun there by the Vic Country player in Hards. Now they're going to get it out of here, WA. Might be coming back in, though, because McDonald's got her hands on it for Vic Country. She's pressured. She takes it over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in front of the scoreboard that reads Vic Country 3 points in front with 9.5 gone of the final, or 9.5 to go of the final turn.
Been a ripping contest and almost a tale of two halves in many ways. WA controlling the first 2 quarters. Vic Country on top in the third. And so far in this final one, they've had it locked inside their attacking 50 for most of the 6 minutes that we've travelled. So ball up. Karras won the tap down. Oh, clever off the carpet there from Locke. Bounced awkwardly for Simmons. Shepherd had an opportunity, floats across the face of goal. Bouncing ball. Too far there for O'Donnell. Ball over the boundary line and out of play. Still deep inside 50 here for Vic Country.
Just having a look at those inside 50s now. It's really starting to weigh in favour of Vic Country, 33-18. So they put the foot down and they're now +7 in the disposals. Well done by Barber, who took the ball out of the ruck. Couldn't quite get it on her shoe. It's towed forward for Vic Country regardless. Picked up, handball, and out of bounds on the full. It was Hards who just got a foot to the ball as she was tackled. WA with the free kick now. It's coming back via Ella Smith. Kicks it towards Strom, but cutting through and reading it beautifully. You heard the coaching staff urging her to go for that one, and she took it, Maggie Karras. It's going to be to the top of the square. Another big pack. WA with the numbers at the foot of the ball. Now it's going to be a ball up at the top of the square. You love it when a plan comes together. The coaching staff are saying, go for it, Maggie, and then she flew and really clunked that one.
She certainly did. She's had a battle on her hands today against Strom. Rue's floated through the ruck as well. And that's really been a great battle today, the ruck duel. Strom wins this one down. But again, Vic Country at the fall of the ball. McDonald, up and under kick. Top of the goal square. WA jumpers everywhere. They just want to clear it as quick as they can. A bouncing ball towards the boundary line on the outer side. Vella will get there first for Vic Country. Teammate applies the Shepherd to give her space. Goes, Karras standing tall again. Takes the mark this time on the opposite flank for Vic Country. Settles, delivers inside 50. Kick just a little too short in the end for Barber. Mark was taken by Smith, who herself has a free player on this broadcast side. Atkinson pushes it towards the boundary line, stays in play. Webb did well. Under pressure now, Lewis is stripped of the footy by Chapman. Atkinson tracking backwards, trying to get a little handball. Player collected high, and a couple of casualties off that passage of play for WA.
WA with only their 4th free kick. They've had 10 against them as well, but just that ruck battle, as you were saying, they're really firing up.
And the non-officiating umpire said that it was below the knees. So a free kick goes the way of Vic Country.
That's reasonably fortunate. That's probably the footy god saying that's in the back, I would suggest. So Ella Smith has it at left half back for WA. Just shows a lot of air to that, but was really nicely taken by Isabella Lewis. Didn't give Abby Chapman much hope of getting the ball. Now, hang on, what's going on here?
The ball's coming back.
So it's coming back because... Can't figure that one out. Anyway, it's coming back.
Can only assume adjusting the mark.
Take 2. So here it comes from Lewis. Big pack, McAvoy. You heard the coaches again calling for Lucy, and she took it. Boy, they clunk some marks, Vic Country. She's a ripping player, is Lucy McAvoy. And Roxy Rue flies on the teammate. Actually bounced off a teammate's head in the end, and it comes back there for Karras. She can't control it, and that's her 8th tackle of the game, Maggie Karras. For a ruckman, that's absolutely amazing. The ball spills now. Getting in there, Maloney. Dragged it back in. Could have been pinged here. She's tackled. Nothing happening, and we'll have a ball up. But we were talking about the ruck battle. Strom's leading by a little bit in the hit-outs, but Karras around the ground a little better.
Wood away from the contest for Vic Country. Inside 50, delivers it to Barber. 45-degree angle, 30 metres out. Under 5 minutes remaining in the final term. 3 points currently the margin prior to the Barber kick. Pressure on her shoulders. She comes in and has pushed that to the right-hand side. Out of bounds on the fall.
It's probably the first bad kick she's done for the whole championships. The heavy legs that these girls will be having after 3 games in 5 days. As the ball will come back in. Just chipped forward. It's one of the Hyde twins. It's Brianna. Sells the big dummy, then moves along, kicks it in the direction of Mim Strom, who drops what she may have taken. Well done by Mola, tackled by Buckley into the ground, and another ball up there.
Great second effort from Karras to apply the shepherd after Mim Strom dropped the ball to allow Molan to come through.
So I'm thinking, I think Strom might have beaten her in the hit-outs, but I reckon Karras might have got her around the ground.
So WA in trouble, Buckley. Now has to apply the tackle. Molan feeds it out beautifully to McDonald. Inside 50 they go again, Vic Country. Over the head of Simmons. Shepherd laying on the tackle. Ball spills free. Simmons in pursuit has McDonald to beat. Chips it around her body to gain meterage. Can start to see some tired legs out there now. Very up. Centre wing, outer side, collected here by Viney. Long ball, good mark taken by Briggs, but there's no one really forward of her. She has to stop and wait, wobbly ball. Dribbles inside 50, awkward for Michaela Hyde. Dishes the handball backwards, kick smothered by Molan. Desperate defence from Vic Country, the handball astray. Shannon didn't get it, door opened up for Bird, inside 50, mark is taken here by Buckley. Got a little shove in the contest, but we'll go back. Slight angle. About 30 metres out. She gets relatively close. And on the last line of defence, Karras is having a brilliant final term. No, minor score.
Because she juggled it over the line. Now that is the first score, Matthew, that WA have provided since the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. So the Vic Country defence has actually shut WA down for most of this game. We've got about 2 minutes left. There's 2 points the margin. Vic Country lead it. Big pack. Roxy Rue in the middle of it. Took the mark. 55 metres out. It's going to be a very congested attacking 50 for WA. Long kick. Pack flies. Pescad. And beautifully rove there by Notman. Dangerous kick back to the inside. Gardner gets the handball away. Good work for Salidas, who has a bounce. It unfortunately turned it over. It's Goran over. Giving WA another chance. Oh, the kick ill-directed though. Vic Country with all of the play here. Maloney brings it out wide. Simmons. The lanky Simmons, great handball, gets it to Daisy Smith. Under pressure, Michaela Bowen now picks it up for WA. Semi-smothered. Oh boy, this is a good last minute or so, Matty.
Yeah, we've got 60 seconds left on the clock. High ball going to go down the throat of O'Donnell. At centre half back for WA. She takes off. Ball towards centre half forward. Contest, McAvoy couldn't bring it in. Rue fires the handball out, searching here for Britain, gives it off to Webb in traffic, lost control of the footy. Bowen goes in after it. Desperate stuff from WA at half forward. The umpire says, give it to me, I'm going to ball it up. 40 seconds left on the clock, final turn.
Well, here we go. Strom versus Karras. Strom down to herself, then toes it inside 50. It's going to bounce for Pescad at the back of the pack. Well done there by Notman, who put herself in. Could have got a free kick. Buckley Gets the handball away. Great tackle. That's a desperation tackle. And it's going to be rewarded too. The free kick will go to Abby Chapman. She saved the day for Vic Country in the back pocket. We've got 10 seconds left to play. WA need to mark up. The chip across goal to Brooke Vernon, and that should just about do it for Vic Country. And the girls go bananas. They run onto the field as well. They have come from behind. They trailed by 2 goals at quarter time. They trailed by 2 goals at half time. They blitzed the WA girls in the third quarter to kick a couple of unanswered goals, and they led by 2 points at three-quarter time. They have won the game by that 2 points. What a cracking effort that it was from both sides. Match of the day here in the NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships. Matthew Cox, fantastic work.
Everyone take a breath. That was a thrilling final few minutes in this game. Both sides desperate. Vic Country definitely on top in that second half, but WA didn't want to give up. Ball was locked inside Vic Country's end of the ground for most of that final quarter. They just didn't get a major on the board, which I felt would have snuffed WA out. And somehow Western Australia transitioned it up their end of the ground. Then they were able to lock it in, but again, they couldn't put it through either. Just a thrilling game of football, a tight arm wrestle. And the final scores again, 3-7-25 Vic Country defeating WA 3-5-23 in what's been a good week for Vic Country.
Oh, it was a very good week. Now, let's having a look at the hit-outs. I just wanted to say that Mim Strom, 35 hit-outs to 23, and Strom, well, I think she was responsible for a good 30 of them as well. But when it came down to it, Maggie Karras, she did some really interesting things in and around the ball. Most importantly, her tackles. She only had the 20-odd hit-outs, but she had 8 tackles to lead all comers on the field. So that when your ruck is actually getting out there and belting it around the around ground level as well, you really know you've got something special in the middle. But cracking game of footy. Really looking forward to the final game here on the final day of the NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships. We see that the Vic girls and the WA girls are in the circle in the middle of the ground, and that's the collegiate way it's been played all week. Really enjoyed it. Look forward to the final game very shortly, Matty. We're back here with that game, and it is going to be Queensland versus the Central Allies, the home side. Can they get their first win on the board? We'll find out very soon here at the Championships.